So I want to talk for a few minutes about survivor's remorse and the danger that's associated with the thinking that makes us remorseful in our survivorship, be it of a relationship, a family member. You should not have remorse for surviving, meaning you've outlived a state of abuse, or you've outlived a season of ill treatment, or you see that life is better here than here. Don't have remorse for being in an elevated state of consciousness when other people are in a place of lower consciousness. I was teaching in a class at a church a few years ago on this subject matter, and one of the students spoke up and said, one of the participants spoke up and said she was training for a position as a lifeguard, and they told her during the training that it's crucial that when you go to rescue someone or aid someone who's drowning, that you wait until they're no longer volatile and violent and fighting and flailing and doing all this stuff. You want to kind of wait until they surrender to their own panic before you reach for them. In other words, you want to protect yourself and make sure you cover, because if you jump in that water and you try to save them, they're volatile and they're fighting, they can knock you out and cause you to drown. People who have not yet surrendered to the panic of their own life, they're fighting, they're swinging. It's not necessarily at you, but it's at their perception and their concept of life. And if you try to save them without allowing them the opportunity to see the error of their ways and or surrender to the panic, it risks your life. It's a reason why the firefighter puts on full gear before he or she runs into the fire. It's a reason why the flight attendant tells you to put the mask on yourself first before you try and save someone else. Listen, martyrdom is not needed or necessary. We don't need people to die for somebody else. We know it can happen, it will happen, it does happen. But I'm simply saying, make sure that when you're in a state of consciousness relationally or however, you know that you are aware of what's needed for your own survival before you try to reach in and rescue other people. I know family members who have surrendered their entire level of higher consciousness. Listen to this, because they were afraid to outlive the ill mentality that was placed in their siblings or family members. That's not okay. That's not my consciousness. I'm going to survive. And I want to bring everybody with me. There's room for everybody in this ever-expanding, ever-abounding, glorious time-space reality that we call life here right now. But if it means that I'm going to die saving you, I'm not doing it. You can live, you can survive and not have remorse, and let your life itself and the success thereof be a testimony to make other people reach up and say, come on, I'm ready to come up with you. Hey, I want to go with you. Don't be afraid to survive, and make sure you're safe before you try to save.